everyone, this is Miss Ann here at the Warminster Township Free Library, and welcome back to our health literacy series, Hands on Health. Today we're going to be talking about germ fighting. So let's get started. First, with a story. The story I've picked for you guys is called Now Wash Your Hands by Matt Carr. And what kind of animal do we have on the cover of our story? Yeah, an octopus. Absolutely, and I think she's very good at washing her hands. So let's get started. At school, the kids were running wild, the things that kids do best, when Mrs. Moo came in the room with a very special guest. Ooh, I wonder who it could be. This is Doctopus Doris, and she is here today for a really important chat. So make sure that you're listening and sitting on the mat. Hello, says Doctopus Doris. Now I'd like to tell you all about something very, very small. In fact, they are so teeny weeny, you can't see them at all. What could it be? We'd like to call them germs, and it's you they want to hug. We love you, said the germs. But the only trouble is, they can give you a nasty bug, so they can make you a little sick. How many germs would fit on this spoon right here? The first paw in the air was William's. Is it about 100? He asked. 100, that's a good prediction, William. Let's see if you're right. No, it's more like 100 million. That's a lot of germs. So many you can't even count them all. And they have signs. One says germs rock, another says we heart germs. For us, germs make us sick, so we might not like them very much. But the good news is there's a simple thing that germs cannot stand. If you don't want them hanging around, all you have to do is wash your hands. Yeah. And you know what, this germ, he saw that and he's out of here. He does not like, when we wash our hands, he doesn't want to stay. So when you've been down on the farm, Mabel, playing with the lambs, do you know what you need to do next? Yes, you wash your hands. Or if you're in the garden with Mom, potting up some plants, what do you need to do? Yes, you wash your hands when you get inside. Don't give those germs a chance. Does anyone know what do we need in order to wash our hands? Yes, some soap and some water, and of course, our hands. So soap and water are what we're going to need to wash our hands and make them squeaky clean. And what about you, Kenny? What about in the bathroom when you've gone pee or poo? Do you wash your hands, Doctor? Why, yes, it's the only thing to do. Well, now the lunch bell rang in the classroom. Bling, bling. The kids began to stand. But what do we need to do before we eat our food? Said Doctopus Doris. So what do you guys need to do before you go and eat something? Yeah. Now we wash our hands. Absolutely. Now it's time to wash our hands with those, soap and water that you might have. Good job. Is Doctopus Doris not having lunch? Said Kenny. Oh, she'll be here in a minute, said William. She's got a lot of hand washing to do. And right here, this is Doris's handy hand washing song. And so this is how it goes. Wash your hands, it's easy. Wash your hands, it's fun. Wash your hands so you don't pass on germs to anyone. Use lots of soap and water, then dry them when you're done. It's the simple way to keep germs at bay. Wash your hands, everyone. Now, in a little bit, we're going to talk about the right way to wash your hands. The one that's going to kill the most germs, to fight all those germs off. But I love that this book has a little image on how you can wash your hands the right way. So we'll be back in just a moment with a very special guest. after reading our story, I feel like we learned a lot about germs and hand washing, but I still have some questions. So today I am welcoming back Dr. Duffy. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Duffy.
Oh, thanks. Happy to be here.
Okay, so in our story, we learned about germs, and specifically that germs don't like when we wash our hands. So, can you tell us what are germs?
Well, germs are tiny microorganisms. They're tiny living things like bacteria that can sometimes make us sick.
Oh, very interesting. So, in our book, we learned about the appropriate way to hand wash. What do you need to wash your hands?
Well, generally, you're going to want to use soap and water.
Okay. And is there a certain amount of time that you're supposed to wash your hands?
Well, that's a great question. The CDC, they recommend a 5-step process or a set of steps that takes about 30 or 40 seconds to do.
Oh, well, do you mind showing us a little bit about how to wash your hands?
No, not at all. Let's head to the sink. So, we're at the sink and we're ready to wash our hands. I recommend, and so does the CDC, a 5-step process for washing your hands. First, you want to wet your hands. So we'll turn on our water. Get it something comfortable. A nice warm temperature is good. Not too hot though. Then, we'll get our hands wet. Step 2, we want to lather. So we're going to find our soap, put a little bit on our palm, and lather. Just moving our hands enough just to get some of the bubbles all over our hands. And then step 3 is we want to scrub. So then we're going to really scrub for about 20 seconds. We're going to get the fronts of our hands, the backs of our hands. We're going to get our fingernails. We can rub those against our palm to make sure we get those fingernails, and also between the fingers. We want to do this for about 20 seconds. How long is that? Well, if you hum happy birthday twice, that's about 20 seconds. And then when we're done, we go to step 4, which is rinse. So then we'll rinse our hands. And we'll get all the soap off. And then, to finish off, step 5 is dry. So we'll get ourselves a clean towel. We'll dry our hands. And then we're all done. Except, don't forget to turn off the water.
Thank you so much for showing us how to wash our hands the right way and for answering some of my questions. Do you mind sticking around for our activity?
No, not at all.
Let's get started. For our germ fighting fun activity today, we're going to test hand washing in a few different ways. Let's go over our supplies. So if you picked up a kit here at the Warminster Library, your supplies would include 1 container of cinnamon, like that, 1 container of oil, and some liquid soap. Your containers might be a little smaller than the ones I have here, but it will be enough to do the experiment. You will also need to supply on your own a hand towel. Dr. Duffy, do we have a hand towel?
We do.
Perfect. I think we're ready. For those of you who did not pick up a kit here at the library, if you have the supplies at home, you can definitely still participate. Please note, you will need either a grown-up or a helper with this project. You'll see why in a moment. All right, let's head to the sink. Step number 1. Put some oil on your hands. And once the oil's on your hands, you can start mixing it on your hands as Dr. Duffy is doing. Perfect. Step number 2. Put some cinnamon on your hands. This is where that helper is really going to come in hand. Oh, that's a lot of cinnamon. And, yep, mix it all in there, Dr. Duffy. So step number 3 is to rub your hands together. Make sure to do this over a sink. Excellent. Oh no, you're all dirty. How can you clean yourself up, I wonder? How can you clean yourself up, Dr. Duffy?
Well, we could try washing our hands.
Perfect. Okay, step number 4. Try to get your hands clean with cold water. All right. Are you still dirty?
Very.
Ooh, you can see it. Okay, step number 5. Try with warm water. Give it a few extra seconds to warm up. Perfect. Now try with warm water. Is it better or worse?
A little better, but there's still a lot of cinnamon on my hands, which means a lot of germs would still be on my hands.
Absolutely. Well, step number 6 is to try adding soap and rinsing and doing it for only 5 seconds. So add some soap and only rinse for 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's rinse. Uh-oh. Are you still dirty?
I am. Some of it came off, but not all of it.
Ah, well, Dr. Duffy, you told us earlier, how long should we be washing our hands for?
We should be doing it for roughly 20 seconds when we scrub.
Or the time it takes you to sing happy birthday twice. All right, step number 7, add some soap and scrub your hands for 20 seconds. And I'll turn on the water for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Duffy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Duffy. Happy birthday to you. Okay, now rinse. How about that?
Wow, that worked a lot better.
Awesome. Feel free to try that experiment more than once. Try different combinations to test out your hand washing skills. If you need another song to sing, you could also sing, "This is the way we wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. This is the way we wash your hands in the afternoon." And you can do that a couple of times as well. We'll be back next week with our final session, Heart Healthy Science.